Roy, it will always be different because it's a 7-game cup competition, if you like. So you don't have to play brilliantly. You just have to have a master of moments, and that's what Messi is.
What all these great players do, particularly when they get a bit older, it is just about moments. It's that bit of end product. We talked about Messi, Ronaldo recently. It was his first touch that led to the goal. It was a brilliant finish. Other than that, he was very, very average. Produced that moment. He's now got 2 goals in 2 games, considering he's almost, people are saying he's finished. You can't write these players off. And we looked at Argentina, what they did show the second half, to be fair, I was looking, what kind of characters have you got? Because you're up against it. A lot of critics the last few days. They turned it around. They found a way to win the game. 2 bits of quality. Credit to the manager. Young manager made changes before the game. Just as important, made changes during the game. They got the job done. Those players and certainly the supporters will be feeling a lot better tonight.
Gary, we were very privileged. We were right behind Messi. We could see how good that first touch was. It's not a completely pure strike, but it's certainly a strike good enough as it arrows into the corner.
No, it's a finish that we've seen though from him so many times. To put that power on it with the strike. I mean, Roy's right. The last thing that leaves these great players is the precision in the finish. And you just look at Herrera. He does what midfielders may do. Messi just stops and he carries on running to protect that one at the edge of the box, and then he just can't get back to him, and he's punished. He's punished by an outstanding player, one of the greatest of all time. And Messi, to be fair, like you say, it is moments now. They can finish, and they're great goal scorers, but he gets that space, he just stands still. And Herrera just can't get back out to him. And the power, the accuracy is wonderful.
What you can't do as a midfielder defend these type. He's just had a breather at the wrong time. He just thought, I'll take a deep breath here, and the top players will punish it. You cannot have a breather. He's took a breather at the wrong time.
But Joe, that's the experience, is that sometimes to stand still gives you a little bit of space on a football pitch.
He's almost counterintuitive for a player who played in that type of position. You know, you're told you have to connect with your team, get on the press at the right times, you know, make runs in behind. He does none of that. He walks around, rolls around, and I'm watching him, and he just walks into positions. And like Roy said, if you switch off, which you do at times in games, any other player in this competition wouldn't have punished you in that situation. But the touch and then the strike, it's just outstanding.
You liked Enzo Fernandez before the first game. Well, when he came on, he definitely gave them something. He gave them a bit more energy, a bit more purpose.
Yeah, I think he's perfect for this team because he's a box-to-box player. He's got energy. You know, and that's what you need, because you're carrying Messi off the ball. For all all the wax lyrical about what he does on the ball, you have to carry him. But he's also got this to his game, Poogs. He can finish and he can score goals. He's got a lovely strike on him. You know, one of them, he didn't do it in the first game. You know, a young player, maybe it was a bit too much for him, but that is an outstanding. If you look at a lovely angle, that look just straight leg, lifted, whipped.
And for all their set pieces tonight, it was really poor. I think that might have been one of the first short corners they took. There you get quality.
You like the way they lined up, didn't you, towards the end?
Yeah, the first half I couldn't see a way for Argentina in terms of the overall competition. But I liked it when they went to 5 at the back. They did it at the start of the second half by dropping one of the midfield players in, but then they brought Romero on. All of a sudden they looked a lot more aggressive. I thought the 3 in midfield looked a lot more had a lot more energy. And with Alvarez then and Messi up front as a 2, you can actually build from a solid foundation, and then you've got the players up front who can actually deliver in moments, which is how Argentina are going to have to win this tournament if they're going to do it. But I thought I liked them a lot better when they went to that 5.
And we talk about, obviously, we go back to the importance of, we've seen some games the last few days, players come on and make no difference. The subs today came on and they brought a bit of energy, quality, and gave them that momentum. And after they got their first goal, they were never losing that game.
And after all the devastation of the first game, Argentina may well win the group now. That's the strength of their position. And what they've done so well, Joe, is they're missing 4 or 5 players who arguably could be in the first 11, but they've managed to replace them. So Rabiot's come in because Pogba's missing, and Kante's missing, and Giroud's come in because Benzema's missing. It's a frightening production line, but they're all knitting together, it seems.
It's incredible because Giroud, he was obviously part of the World Cup winning team. And Mbappe, I think he's been on record saying he enjoys playing with him. You know, Benzema's there. He's a Ballon d'Or winner. He's another big superstar. I think Mbappe having Giroud in where he can turn it around the corner, play off him, run. You know, sometimes it's not always the best place, the right players for the system. I think France look so much better with Giroud in the team. So yeah, they might have stumbled across it.
And they've got a pretty decent manager. You know.
Yeah, he's won the World Cup as player,
to get over the line as a
and
player
manager.
And as a manager.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes, you know, we were having a rewind to 1986. England fell across their system in 1986 because of Brian Robson's injury, Ray Wilkins sending off. Maybe the same things happened with Argentina here, that they have found a system which they maybe didn't anticipate at the start.
It can happen. I mean, I'd be worried about Argentina in a back four with Otamendi just generally during the tournament, but when you put Romero alongside him and you've got then Otamendi with Lisandro Martinez, the balance of the team just looked completely different. They looked so much more comfortable. There's a stronger base to build from. They were better on the ball from the back, which I think was important as well. So it's just better all round for Argentina.
Whatever system they play, Gary, they got to operate without the ball with 10 men. Messi doesn't get involved in the off the ball. So whatever system they play, off the ball, the workload is going to be massive for them 10 players.
Complete change of atmosphere though in the Argentinian camp. It's amazing how a World Cup can go like that.
And I tell you, we have to praise. We talk about supporters. They stuck behind that team tonight, even as bad as they were. So that'll be a big boost from going on through the competition.
It absolutely will. Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. We've enjoyed that, and we'll be back bright and early tomorrow morning from 9 o'clock on ITV1 for live coverage of Japan against